Hey everyone, welcome to the Bruce Williams channel. Let me show you the watch we're going to be talking about today. This is the Timex Hodinkee Q limited edition. I was out watching Thursday night football at Trolley Wing Company with a friend of mine. Great place to grab wings if you're ever in Salt Lake City. And he pulled this watch out. And you know what? It was great to see. My team was not doing so good, but the watch was really fun to check out in person. And he asked, hey, do you want to do a presentation? You want to do a review? And I said, absolutely. So guys, before we jump into the main review, let me show you this watch on my wrist as I go through some everyday activities like editing videos and such. So you guys can see the watch in context with with a person, not just close up on someone's wrist. I think this is something that will help explain the watch a little bit more. So I'm going to try to include lifestyle shots in future reviews. But that aside, let's get down to the details. Again, this is the Timex Q Hodinkee limited edition. It is a non-numbered limited edition, but Hodinkee says they did produce limited quantities with Timex. I don't know what the numbers are, and it did sell out very quickly. So if you go to Hodinkee's website, you won't be able to purchase one of these. You can put your name on a wait list. So hopefully they do another run in the future. I think it would be wise if they did that. I think this Hodinkee limited edition is a better purchase than the standard Timex Q, and we'll get into the reasoning here throughout the course of the video. But there is a $10 premium at retail between the standard Pepsi Q and then this Hodinkee limited edition. And why is there a premium? I think some of it is related to the name brand. Hodinkee really is the premier destination for watch news, watch blogs, a watch store online. They, love them or hate them. I don't know why so many watch enthusiasts get sour grapes on Hodinkee. But you can't deny the respect that they have garnered and established for themselves in a relatively short amount of time. So I think part of the markup is related to the name, but part of it is related to the components. So instead of a Seiko quartz that doesn't hit each tick perfectly, like what's in the standard Q, this one has a Miyota. This is the M230 movement. There is a battery hatch in the back of the case, roughly a 3-year battery life. But the movement is, I think, a step up above the standard Seiko movement in the other watch. And I am happy to report the seconds hand hits each tick perfectly here, which is such a little detail, a silly detail when you think of it. But you know what? It means a lot, especially at this affordable price point. So there's that. And then instead of an aluminum bezel insert, we have a stainless steel 12-hour index, which I think looks visually sharper. And it will show wear and tear. It's stainless steel, but it's not going to fade over time like the Pepsi aluminum insert. So I think the $10 premium is absolutely justified. I have no problem with that. When we look at the secondary market, since it is sold out at the moment, the secondary market, you're going to be spending anywhere between $200 on up to $250. So you're paying a premium, you're paying a scalper, you're paying someone who's opportunistic to get your hands on a relatively hyped watch. But is the hype justified? Or, is this just a silly limited edition, a cash grab? You know what? I think the hype is justified, considering how quickly this sold out and how relatively few examples are on the secondary market. I think people are actually keeping this watch. They're holding on to it. They're using it. They're wearing it. And why is the hype justified? Let's go through this a little bit. Great size, 38.2 millimeters in diameter, 44.4 in overall lug-to-lug length, 11.3 from the back of the case back to the top of the domed acrylic crystal. And the watch does carry an 18 millimeter lug width. It looks like an integrated design here with how the metal bracelet kind of flares out and meets the angular nature of the case. But there is 18 millimeter lug width below that. And so you can put this on a secondary strap if you want to. I don't think it looks great on an 18 millimeter strap. I think the bracelet works very well. And you know what? Pairing the size, pairing the thinness, pairing how well it wears on wrist and how versatile it is, I think this is attractive. I like seeing a 12-hour index. I like looking at the dial and not seeing very defined markers. You'll notice the printed markers almost blend into this dial. And the only thing visually sharp is the branding, Timex Q, your handset, and then Hodinkee, and then the water resistance. Everything else just kind of fades into the background. And I think aesthetically, this is sharp, it's versatile, and I like the pop of red on the seconds hand. So yeah, I do think this looks pretty good. Now, there will be some drawbacks, right? 50 meters of water resistance, non-screw down crown. I probably wouldn't recommend that you go swimming with this watch. The acrylic on the crystal will accumulate wear and tear easier than mineral or sapphire. So you're going to want to polish this from time to time to get the surface wear down. You know what? That's just part of owning an acrylic crystal. It's part of the game here. Now, this is made in China. They say it's designed in New York, designed partly in Milan, Italy, but manufactured in China. I have no problem with something coming from China as long as it's produced properly. And I think the price is appropriate. And any other negative aspects, I don't want to come across as trying to hype a Hodinkee limited edition. I talked about the crystal. The lume isn't great in low light, so obviously you're not going to be using this all night long. It's not as good as a Seiko or a Citizen. And the alignment of the bezel, at least on this example, is just a hair off to the right. And then the last thing to mention is the bracelet. So the bracelet, I like the level of adjustability. This hook system does slide in small increments, so you're going to be able to get a great fit. But at first, you know what? If you've got a fairly hairy wrist, it will pull your hair until your wrist kind of gets used to this bracelet. And then, from that point on, it's not an issue. But I think the first couple days, you might notice the odd hair being pulled out. I think it's just the nature of this design. But overall, I like this. I think this is a fun addition. And I want to thank my friend Chris for, meeting me for some wings in football. That was a lot of fun. And then letting me come home with this Timex Q to film it, do a presentation. And guys, those of you that are Hodinkee haters and moaners and groaners, I want to see clever comments in the comments section. So don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint Chris. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions in all seriousness. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.